I'm waiting. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's a hot mama jamma today. Oh, and heavy rain tomorrow. That's right. Hulkamania's running wild. It was so hot. I hopped in the car at 11 o'clock today, this morning. I was at the auction, and at 11 o'clock, they were going in the building to sell a bunch of toys, and I wasn't interested in any of that stuff. So I got in the car, and the temperature gauge on the car sitting out there in the lot said 107. It was smoking, man. I bought me a Toro self-propelled rototiller, rear tine rototiller. 20 bucks. Everything they were selling shit cheap today. I don't think anybody wanted to be in the heat, and they didn't want to sit out in the heat. So I almost bought an electric lift chair, but I'd already bought the Toro rototiller, and I didn't know how I was going to get both of them home if I bought it. But I almost bought an electric lift chair. I was in it. Um, it was me and another guy bidding on it, and I started the bidding, and I bid up to 75 on it, and he bought it for 80. I got to thinking, well, you dumbass, how are you going to get it home? So that is work. I had I give 20 bucks for the rototiller plus the 10%, so it's $22. And then I give three kids 5 bucks a piece to load it for me. Now, you ask, how did you unload it? I'm glad you asked. So, anyways, they loaded it for me. I got it home. Um, I wiggled it all the way to the back of the hatchback of the car, and then I lifted the handles back up to where they were supposed to go and tightened them down. I put it in neutral, and then I walked it almost all the way out of the car, and I put a set of car ramps down, or lawnmower ramps, or whatever you want to call them, on the back of the car. And I walked it onto the ramps, and everything was good until it started to come down the ramps. And when she come down like a ton. I mean, she was like a rocket sled on rails, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I'm holding on to her, and I'm backing up as fast as I can, trying not to fall. And I didn't fall, and I didn't drop it. I got her down on the ground. But I was scared for about 20 seconds right there. We got an ad coming up in 30 seconds. Yeah, being a pedestrian, I mean, protester being run over. Yeah, but what I felt like, you have that law. There you go. We'd have that law too, but we got a bunch of candy asses here in this state. That's right. I gassed up the new tires already. There you go. Yeah, that was funny. What'd you think about the vacuum cleaner that quit working? That, it must have got married. That's the best kind. When I was working for the garbage company, we had a Ford F-250 four-wheel drive pickup. And about 2 weeks after they bought this truck, that front bumper was junk. Plowing through the mud and the muck and shit like that, hitting stuff. Well, we got Morenci clean up this week. Oh. Anyways, they ended up putting a bumper on it, and this bumper weighed about 800 pounds. They put it on there, and I said, you guys can't drive that car, that truck to town. Why is that? You ever get in an accident with it and kill somebody with that bumper on there? Oh, they'll hang you out to dry because that's not factory equipment. You have a bunch, yeah. Oh, let's see. About 40 years ago, I did the Morenci cleanup. Hi, Wisconsin. I did the Morenci cleanup about 40 years ago, I guess it was. Um, and then I did it, back in, I think, 1988 or something like that, too. Um, we went to Morenci, and this was no lie. You could go to a house with an empty truck, and you could be there 2 hours and have a full truck and still not get it all picked up. We used to take roll off boxes, 40-yard roll off boxes, and we would chain them, put a big chain on them, and roll them down the street behind a truck. And we'd pull them down the street and we'd fill them roll off boxes while we were waiting for garbage trucks to show up. I mean, them boys in Morenci, they knew how to do a cleanup. I think that's the only overtime I did not um, accept when I was working for the garbage company. When they did emergency cleanup, I did it twice, and after that, I was done with that. Oh, I bet. But that's how it looked back in the 80s. Almost every house was that way. We'd spend a week cleaning that town. We'd have the normal trucks out running the garbage routes, and then we'd have 5, 6 other trucks out there in Morenci with the mechanics and everybody else, you know. And if you got done with your job early, you went out there. Lots of trashy women, yeah. Yeah, I know you can't put out the stuff. These guys back then, they didn't care. You know, motor oil, gasoline, whatever, you know, chemicals, it didn't matter. We took it all. Now they can't do that stuff. They don't take construction equipment, material, and all that other shit either. Concrete. Yeah, people tearing down buildings and then putting the buildings out at the curb, so they didn't have to pay to haul it away. Hey, Teddy Shoes, you old snuggle bunny, you. Uh, 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 uh. Hi, Tenny. No, I didn't sandbag my route. I used to have to go to work at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I would have 12 hours in by 3 o'clock, you know. That's construction debris. They'd probably take it if you cut it up and bundled it up in bundles. I put out a sink, a bathroom sink cabinet. Hell, it was 51 inches long, and they took it. Yeah, put it for a sale sign on them. Somebody will steal them. Well, just make sure it don't have any markings on it. Then go drop it off at the village offices. Stevens, you guys have Stevens or that one from Brian? Yeah, you might even get lucky. Somebody might even actually pay for it instead of stealing. I haven't even ate dinner yet. It's been so hot. I was gonna make meat, just warm up the meatloaf and stuff, but I don't know. Oh, okay. They're already broke down. Sell them as jigsaw puzzles. Take them over, around the corner and throw them in that over at that garage. Yeah, cold soup. Yum. Yeah. I had spaghetti salad and watermelon for lunch. Some assembly required. Yeah. Yeah. Give them an instruction booklet and a roll of duct tape. I got powder in my nose real quick. It's raining outside. Kathy's potted plant blew down. Onions in between. On a sesame seed bun. I went to Mickey D's and grabbed 2 breakfast burritos and a Sprite, and then I went to the auction. I was eating that on the way to the auction. It is like a hot water heater. Dan, good morning or good evening. Well, they do a cleanup once a year, once every 2 years. Here it's every 2 years. I had a fried bologna sandwich. What you looking at? Go look at the rain. Go watch the rain. Go see. Go see. Go get him. Go get him. Well, this last one we did, um, I put the bathroom vanity out there. No, 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 go. Put the bathroom vanity out there. Got some stuff out of all three of the sheds, or two sheds. Had some stuff in the storage unit that I didn't want no more. I grabbed that and brought that over there and put it in there. And got some stuff out of the garage, and then hauled up about a pickup load of Christmas decorations out of the basement. We put all that to the curb. Um, Kathy and Casey, they went through all the closets upstairs. A lot of that stuff we put in the closets, and we never seen it since we moved in. So they went up through there and started looking at stuff, and I said, if you don't want it, get rid of it. You know, so got rid of all that stuff. Yeah, ad coming up in 45 seconds. That's right, Two Shed Thursday. Yeah, you gotta give a permit, right? I gotta take the car over to Myers gas station. Well, that sucks. You gotta have a permit for a garage sale. It's a communist town. Anyways, I gotta go to the gas station tomorrow. Uh, I take my gas can and the white car and go fill them both up. I got Kathy's got 50 cents off a gallon at Myers, so I might as well fill up. They raised the price of gas 50 cents last week. It was 2.89, and then it went to 3.29 overnight even. I know it. Come on. There's nobody here, so she misses everybody. Well, licking yourself. Well, this is what she does when she gets up, on me in the middle of the night. She'll start licking her paws and stuff and wakes me up. Quit. Go to sleep. Jenny's going to get you. Yeah? What the hell was that? No, she just licks her paws and stuff. I know she's just taking a bath, but at 3 o'clock in the morning when she's laying on top of you, she doesn't really need to take. What are you doing? Flexing your muscles? Hmm. Yeah. I don't know what gas prices are today, but I got to go to Monroe tomorrow at 4 o'clock, so I got to get gas. You did? Well, another musician died too today. 81 years old. I can't remember who it is, but I think he was a piano player or something like that. Then you had that guy die. That was from the Cosbys or whatever. What you're gonna do when Hulkamania comes running wild at you? Yeah, Tio, he passed away the other day. And then Ozzy passed away. And then Hulk Hogan, and then this other guy. Hunter for president, yeah. Oh, yeah? Remember when he had his TV show? Him and his wife and his daughter? You could tell right there that there was no, how can I put it? No respect, parental respect. That girl walked around with the sleaziest shit on you ever did see. I can't even, what's her, what, Brittany or something like that is her name? I can't remember. I watched that show a couple of times. Yep, Chuck Mangione, the jazz guy. There you go. Yep. Anyways, when I was up there at the auction, I walked in there and I said, I hear you guys is looking for a handsome guy to come walking in here, and here I am. They started laughing. They said, man, it's been I've seen you in a while. Well, then one of them started talking about the other auction I used to do down here, the J&M. She said, did you hear they got divorced? I said, divorced? She said, yeah, she was cheating on him. So I said, no, I didn't hear that. I thought they were church goers and all this other stuff. She said, yeah, every Sunday. But then that's only the story I got from her, which she got from the husband. So until you hear both sides of it, get right, Pumpkin. We ain't judging. It still worked. That's right. Yeah. Did you see that one house I sent you? Remember how happy we were 40 years ago? Well, we weren't even married 40 years ago, exactly. I actually think I'm getting walking pneumonia. I don't know. That was Dusty Rhodes. You just get there and stay comfortable. It's all about you, Pumpkin. Yeah. I will not be on tomorrow night. I know, I know. What will you do? Well, there's always Barber College. Well, it's cooled it down a little bit. It's 86 now. And makeup day on Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sit glued right there to your YouTuber and let me see if I get there. No, I'm not going to the fair for steak. No. That's right. Saturdays for cartoons. You leave our cartoon day alone. What's up, Mac? Probably end up going to dinner with my son. Um, so I don't know where we're going to go. I'm going to make him pay. That's the least I could do. What's the matter, baby? You tired? You've slept all day. Anyways, I got that rototiller unloaded, and I come in the house. Um, I was exhausted, man. I went in and sat down in my chair, reclined back. It's nice and cool in the bedroom. Took me a little 2.5 hour siesta. I got up, went to the store to pick up my flash food order, and I only got part of it. And I said, "Hey, I'm missing some stuff." I said, "Well, it's not in here, and I've already paid for it." So it, I was at the customer service desk, and they handed me a $20 gift card and said, "Well, this should cover it for your inconvenience plus whatever it costs you." And it did because what I was missing was a $2.39 package of Johnsonville brats and a $3 um, New York strip steak or something like that. Well, I was compensated for my inconvenience. I actually like buying them little New York strips, is because they're just about 14 ounces, and they sell like for $6.99 or something like that, and you get them for half off. I swear, kitty. All you need, that's right. I beg to differ with Arnold because I've seen him eat before. He might have had five or six 10-ounce steaks. Got an ad coming up in 55 seconds. There. There we go. Let's try that for a while. Well, we don't need to get involved in that shit. Not a care in the world. The tie stick, that's right. Just make yourself comfortable. Have you ever seen a cat like this? Maybe I shouldn't have babied her, and when she was a little kitten, spoiled her. She does. I know she loves me. She loves Kathy too, because she'll follow Kathy around, and then she'll wait for Kathy to stop, and then she'll lay down around her, and then try to grab her legs and stuff, and then lay around them, because she wants Kathy to reach down and pet her. It's all about her. So I actually think I might have me a meatloaf sandwich when I get off in here and call that dinner. Cold meatloaf sandwich. Johnny does have the best job on TV. Well, they're ragging that a guy and woman to death on Facebook and TikTok and everything, the ones that were at the Coldplay. That guy can't catch a break, can he? Meat cake on bread, that's right. I got some nice rye bread. Put a slice of cheese on that. Slice that meatloaf up, put her on there. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Kevin. Well, if I did, that'd be like an 80-mile ride one way. Well, I'm looking lovely as ever, as you can tell. It was smoking hot today. And I plan on getting me some sleep tonight. I stopped at the pharmacy and got my muscle relaxer so I can go to sleep tonight. Yeah, I know, but if I was going to take the sisters, I have to go to your house to pick them up. And then, have a drive down here. So, hell, that'd take the better part of 2 days to drive them this far, from your house up to here. And then another 2 days to drive them on back, especially in this heat, because they're going to want to stop and sit underneath a shade tree for a while. You start swimming, that's right. I know he does, him yet. Yeah, that's because you hacked my account. With the Washington Fair, I've never been to the Washington Fair. Kathy said it's really hot down there in South Kakalaki. They just got down there at around 4:30 this morning, this afternoon. Sure enough, was. What, Italian sausages? Oh, sausage patties? Okay. I ain't never had one. How many miles is what there, Junkyard? I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from, where you're going to. The Washington Fair from my house is about 28 miles, I think, 30 miles, somewhere around there. Huh. Oh, down to like 1,300 miles or something like that, 1,200 miles. Let's see. Um, 755 miles. Oh, 'they left at like 1:30, quarter to two, or something like that. I know. Yeah. Now, how could you win a half a hog and make it whole hog sausage? Somebody's lying. Do the math. You can't make a whole out of a half. Is that right, Junkyard? Can't make a whole out of a half. You're right. That's why they left at 1:30. If you could get 5 or 6 hours of good driving with less traffic, it just makes it a lot easier. I don't understand what took them so long, anyways. It's only 700 and some miles. I could have been there in 9 hours. Just saying. And that's stopping. Then again, I is and was a truck driver. It is. The only bad thing about this, leaving at 1 o'clock at night or 1:30, you got to make damn sure you got enough gas to get you to a gas station that's open in the middle of the night. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. A lot of these places are closed down except for truck stops anymore. It's hitting every rest stop. Yeah, I can believe it. Looky there, there's a rest stop. Good, stop. That's cool. I gotta pee. I gotta pee. I gotta pee. Cross your legs. Tie the knot. I can't do that. They did have to make an emergency stop because Kyler said, I gotta poop and I can't hold it. They found a place to stop. Yeah. I should have told Kathy use that on for an excuse when you on your way back. You don't want to stop. I gotta poop. I know. I know. You can't take a leak while I fill up with gas. No, it's a gas station. That's nasty. And normally, what I do if we're traveling, um, and we got to stop at a rest stop or something like that, I will leave the vehicle running and I'll stay in the vehicle until they go to the bathroom or whatever, and then come back and then I'll go. Especially if you've been running hard in the heat and stuff. That way, it gives that engine, it gives it a chance to cool down some. Because nothing sucks worse than running her hard, and then you shut her off to go to the bathroom, come out, and it won't start. All right, everybody, it's getting about time for me to get out of here. Fixing to get me a meatloaf sandwich in me. Y'all have a great night. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. And I will see you Sunday night, 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, if you're so inclined to join me. Love you too, Dan. Take care, everybody, and have a blessed day. Thanks for being here.